Hey, y'all, I want to thank you for clicking back on. We just got back in here to Sharpsburg, Maryland this evening. We had our fourth day of riding today along the C&O Canal on the Potomac. It's just been great since we began. We've just seen the Lord's blessing through and through since we arrived here on the evening of the 14th. We met Keena Davis at Spring Gap Farms. She provided the horses for us, and it's just been great ever since. Got today about 12 of us rode, and it was a little cold at times, not too unbearable, but can't say that it wasn't a little bit frosty here and there. The next day or two, the forecast is forecasting it to be extremely cold, but we're just going to continue to trust in the Lord. We know that God is above everything, and He controls the weather, so we're just going to push through whatever is before us. We're going to keep riding towards Washington, D.C. We really don't know what's going to be in store for us when we get there. You know, we've heard a lot of people say, well, are you going to meet the president? And, of course, each one of us would love to meet the president. We love to shake his hand. But that's not what drives us out here. What drives us out here is we came to support our country. We didn't come necessarily to meet the president, even though Ramey built him a awfully nice looking felt hat that we'd love to get to him, but we didn't come to meet him. We came to support him, and we came to stand up and make a statement. You know, today was the first day we flew the flags. We flew the American flag and our blue Trump flags. We flew them through Williamsport, and it was just wonderful. The locals came out to encourage us, to thank us. There's so many folks out here in Maryland that support our president. I see a lot more smiling faces than I do scowls, so that's always a good thing. As I was thinking this evening just about the group of guys that are out here on this trip with me, you know, when I first started this deal, if you remember back, I was just asking anybody to respond, and I first started with 50, then I went to 25. But man, the Lord sent about 12 just really good guys out here. And, you know, if I would have been able to handpick everybody myself, I wouldn't have been able to put the group of guys that's together with me on this trip. Each one of them are just solid, you know, and there's some days where we might not have enough horses for everybody to get horseback, and these guys are just willing to do whatever it takes to move this ride forward, and I couldn't thank them enough. We just been developing great friendships, spent a lot of time riding along by the side of each other, going down the Potomac River, and it's just really been a blessing. We still have about right around 90 miles to go, I believe, until we get to Washington, D.C. There's handful of miles before we get into Washington, D.C. That we're not going to be able to ride, so we'll probably trailer around, and then come Friday, by God's grace, we'll be riding through the streets of Washington. But, you know, as I mentioned just a second ago, we came out to support our president, support our country, but to make a statement, you know, because our way of life is under attack right now. I mean, with back in my home state of New Mexico, with the gun legislation that's going through our state house, the abortion issues and the life issues that are going through our house, just are really an infringement on what I see as New Mexico, what I see as the United States. And we must stand up and we must fight back. That's, again, like I stated earlier today, about those chaps that I wear that are made out of those bobcat hides that I trap, that jacket that I wear that's made out of coyote fur that I trap. You know, our trapping industry back home, right now they passed legislation to kill coyote calling contests, and I don't know if they've passed legislation to stop trapping on public lands, but, you know, those are treading on our way of life. Those are going against the New Mexico that I grew up in, so we need to stand up against those, and above all, those are probably our border issues. You know, that's the number one reason why we started on the 15th, because we knew our president had the backbone and had the vision to secure our borders no matter what it took, you know, and we just thank our president for that, and we want to come out and be a sign of of support and to show our thanks for him for watching out for us, because our borders right now are like they've never been before. In years past, we always just got the illegal workers that would come up, usually men that were coming up to work in the fields or work in the sawmills or work doing hard labor. And those men and women that would come up, they were adults and they were looked after. Now we have, our borders have changed. The migrants that are coming up are no longer mature males and females that are wanting to work, but we're getting a lot of children, a lot of families that are coming out of countries where there's a lot of sickness that we're not accustomed to, our children are not accustomed to, and we have to stand up against that, and we have to make sure that those people that come in our country are healthy and that they're going to benefit our country. So what our president has done by securing our border is only looking out for America. He's putting America first. On the other side of the aisle, you have the liberal progressives that fight him every step of the way. Right now, our governor back home is threatening to sue the United States government over securing the American people. But they're more focused on representing people from other countries and not Americans. They're not putting America first. They're more focused on representing illegals that are coming into our country. We need to focus inside of our borders. We need to focus on the American people, and that's the greatest thing about our president, is he's not serving partisan politics. He's not serving the Republican Party. He's not serving the Democrat Party. He's serving America. And anybody that takes that stand, you have to take your hat off to him, because Donald Trump is doing what is right for America. And we thank him for that. We support him in that endeavor. And we want to do all we can, if it's right through the wind and the rain and the snow, to support our president, to make that kind of a statement. Each one of us that are on this ride are willing to do that. So I just thank you for keeping up with us. One of those videos that we put up, I was told earlier, has like 450,000 views. And that's mind-blowing to us, that we can come out and ride horses and fly American flags and make a statement for our president, and that message reaches out to so many people. So we so much thank you for clicking in on us. We thank you for staying up with us. We thank you so much for the prayers of support. And we hope that we can continue to make a strong statement for our president and for our country. But more than that, the principles and the ideals that our country was founded upon, which are biblical. We're a nation right now that condones the killing of the unborn in the womb, and it's horrendous how we as a society can devalue those lives in that womb to the point where we can murder them at the last stages of pregnancy. It's no different than Nazi Germany and their view towards the Jews, where they looked at them as inhuman as they marched those little innocent children in the gas chambers and murdered little innocent Jewish children. In America today, we devalue the unborn to the point that we allow doctors to kill those babies inside the womb. And we must take a stand. We must not quit turning a blind eye to those atrocities that are going on, but we have to stand up for the innocent, and there's nothing any more innocent than an unborn child. So I just want to encourage you, if you watch this, to think about that, to think about how we as a society make it legal to kill an unborn child, to devalue the most precious life that we have. There should be no place that any one of us in our lifetime are any more safe than in our mother's womb. And to think that we have doctors and we have a government that would condone killing an unborn child is horrific, and it must stop. And it must stop with our Supreme Court. Our Supreme Court needs to overturn Roe versus Wade. Our Supreme Court needs to wake up and realize what is going on and protect the innocent, protect the unborn. And then we need to get our states back. And I'm talking to you right now, New Mexico, and you guys out there that are watching this. it's going to start on the counties. You guys out there in the counties that are supporting this Second Amendment sanctuary counties, man, let's get her. Let's get that done. Let's start with our counties. If our state government wants to defy the federal government, then on the county level, let's defy the state government. Did I say that right? If the state government wants to defy the federal government, then us on the county level should defy the state government if that state government is passing laws that we don't agree with. So I want to give a shout out to all my fellow county commissioners out there. Y'all stick to your guns. Let's get this done. Let's get our counties standing up and standing up against this legislation that we don't agree with. And if the liberal counties like Bernalillo County and Santa Fe County and Doña County, if they want to embrace what Santa Fe's doing, well, then they can. But in Otero County or Union County or Catron County or our Lee County, Eddy County, you know, us counties don't have to necessarily play by all the rules that Bernalillo wants to set on top of us. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm watching it on the internet and I'm seeing these statutes come up, and I'm all in favor for them. So keep at it. Let's keep pushing forward. Us out here with this Cowboys for Trump horseback ride, we're going to keep pushing till we're riding right down Pennsylvania Avenue. Friday the 22nd, we ought to have our flags out, and we ought to be riding around the White House. So keep us in your prayers. Keep plugging. If you will, share this video, like this video, share this video, and click on that Cowboys for Trump page and keep watching how this unfolds, because it's still a mystery to me. Every day we're just kind of counting on, we don't even know what we're going to be riding from one day to the next, but horses keep showing up. Clinton Cessna from out in Cumberland, Maryland, who's became a very good friend of mine, he's going to haul us a little trailer load of horses out in the morning. We're going to get the chance to ride with Clinton again, and we sure look forward to it. Anybody that watches this video that lives maybe a little closer to DC, you might have a few horses standing out that aren't getting used, that are broke. Please contact me on our Cowboys for Trump Facebook page. Please contact me personally, and because we're going to need a handful more horses by the time this deal's done. And but again, we thank you for clicking on. To the guys that are with me on this ride that are watching this, you guys couldn't be a better bunch of guys out here as far as I'm concerned. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and let's keep on keeping on and get her done until we get to Washington, because by God's grace and with the backbone of a solid American president, America will be great again. Thank you for clicking on. Thanks for giving me your time. Take care. God bless, and God bless the USA. Adios.